Welcome to the Get Fit to Quit Masterclass, where you will discover the modern no-nonsense system that is changing how smokers feel about quitting and how it's empowering them to kick the habit without fear or skepticism. If cigarettes, e-cigarettes, chewing tobacco, or cigars have become a problem in your life, then you're in the right place. And the right time to think about this is now, because tobacco use infects every aspect of your life, whether you see it that way or not. So please, put your excuses aside for the next little while and let me help you make sense of your addiction and start clearing a path for you to see a way out of it. And it's okay if you don't feel ready to quit. It's my job to get you ready. Doctors don't wait for diabetics to be ready to exercise or eat better before treating their diabetes, so we don't need for you to be ready to quit before treating your addiction to nicotine. As a former smoker, I understand the roller coaster of emotions you may experience at just the thought of quitting. And helping you manage those emotions is my specialty. That is why I developed a process to help transform other fearful, discouraged, and highly addicted tobacco users into confident, motivated, and successful quitters, starting right now, really. Regardless of how long you've smoked, how much you smoke, how many times you've tried quitting, what products or services you've used in the past, how many smokers are in your life, or how much stress you have. None of that affects my ability to help you. If you have time to smoke 2 cigarettes today, you have time to complete this masterclass. You owe that to yourself and to everybody who cares about you. The bottom line for smokers is this: you don't know what you don't know. And if by the end of this masterclass you get the sense that I do know what you don't know, then hope about quitting will be restored and freedom will feel achievable. And congratulations for being here. I know the thought of quitting is uncomfortable, but you are up against the most powerful drug in the world, and the only way to get more comfortable with quitting is to get started with it. I know how to help you break down all of the emotional barriers that are keeping you from moving on this. So why am I so confident I can help you? Because I've worked with thousands of tobacco users who have tried everything imaginable to quit and been addicted to every type of nicotine product. I've also listened to every excuse for not quitting and heard absolutely every reason for relapsing. So I know what works and what doesn't. And remember, I used to smoke, so there's that. There was a time when I wouldn't dream of drinking a cold beer, playing a round of golf, or taking a road trip without smoking. So this is possible for you. And who better to guide you through this than somebody who has already done it and who is professionally trained to help you do it? I know how scary this is. I'll never forget the first time I got stuck at a red light while learning to drive a stick shift on a hill with an expensive car behind me. Anybody else? Or being a beginner golfer and having to tee off in front of a group of strangers. Now I do those things without any fear whatsoever. Do you know how different my life would be if I let the fear of those early experiences keep me from pushing forward? Hi, I'm Kelly, and I focus on one thing: helping scared, frustrated tobacco users kick the habit, because I understand how defeating it feels when quitting seems to come easier to others, and how upsetting it is to work so hard at something and not be able to achieve it. I am a Mayo Clinic certified tobacco treatment specialist. I received the National Certificate in Tobacco Treatment Practice, and I'm also a very active member in their professional organization. I'm generally likable, I think, and I have a good sense of humor. With that also comes some sarcasm and a potty mouth occasionally. But what's important is that I'm a tobacco treatment specialist. All I do is help people with your exact problem. It's not a sales pitch. I'm certified. I'm already proven effective. And I'm one of the country's only privately operating tobacco treatment specialists, which means that I'm pretty rare. I am an innovator. What does that mean? It means I do things differently. Why is it so rare? Because you can't mass produce personal customized support. Nicotine addiction isn't one size fits all, and a good strategy for quitting should respect that. Public health organizations that want you to quit can't fund high-level support, and large corporations with deep pockets won't fund it because it'll create less of a demand for their quit products. As a result, smokers continue to suffer. I am working to change that by filling the gap between what we know about how to help smokers and what is currently available and marketed to them. People that answer quit lines or sit at the front of a classroom reading out of a binder mostly counsel smokers on quit smoking medications and triggers, but overlook something very important. Just because you want to quit doesn't mean you're ready to quit. Just because I want to fly a plane doesn't mean I'm ready to. So giving me a plane doesn't solve my problem. Do you see where I'm going with this? The reason you don't feel ready to quit is because you're not ready to quit. But the majority of society and healthcare professionals don't understand this. So it's unlikely that this perspective has ever been introduced to you. That feeling, that level of confidence and comfort with quitting has to be earned, like feeling ready to take a test or feeling ready to give a speech. There are things you do to achieve that feeling. That feeling with quitting smoking comes from an understanding of your drug and your addiction on a deeper level, from having a clear roadmap, from being surrounded by others with the same goal, and from securing experienced leadership to guide you through the entire process. And what about those people who don't really want to quit, have never tried to quit in the past, are being pressured to quit by others, who don't believe quitting is possible for themselves, fear the idea of quitting, or continually return to smoking? What could I do for them? Because I knew a prescription patch or piece of gum wasn't going to cut it. So I set out to teach people how to quit smoking. It's a method that everyone, including your physician, can get behind. Here's what we know from a recent Surgeon General's report on smoking cessation. Coaching and accountability are proven to improve success with quitting. Combining quit methods, proven to improve success with quitting, and using modern technology is proven to improve success with quitting. So wouldn't it make sense to develop a modern quit method that includes all these things? I thought so, so that's what I did. Every smoker is different, and an effective approach to quitting should recognize that. There are so many wild cards with how quitting may play out in real life. Level of physical dependence on nicotine, personal and professional environments, past experiences with quitting, medication tolerance, motivations for quitting, current health conditions, and family history, for example. Regardless of your backstory, I can help you generate a drive to become a non-smoker, develop an enthusiasm about a life without cigarettes, and teach you to like smoking less, all ahead of quitting. I've assembled a powerful combination of proven strategies to groom you for a life without cigarettes in just minutes a day over the next month, presumably while smoking and on one of your devices anyway. It's personal, customized support that respects your addiction, your experiences, your preferences in your life. A lot of smokers head into quitting surrounded by disapproving non-smokers or unsupportive smokers. That's not the right tribe. So you're going to want to surround yourself with people going through the exact same thing, and my process does that for you. Listen, I'm no superhero, but I do know a lot about how to help you solve your problem. I have worked with thousands of smokers over nearly 2 decades. I know where other methods are getting it wrong, and I know how to fill the gap. And my method allows you to make quitting a priority without the normal interruptions to the rest of your life. You're a smoker, you're good at smoking. I'm a Mayo Clinic certified tobacco treatment specialist. I'm good at treating tobacco users. If that sounds simple, it's because it is. I also know that what you do to prepare for quitting is infinitely more important than what tool you use. I can get behind just about any tool if I've been given the opportunity to do my thing first. In the following slides, I'm going to review some important discoveries about nicotine addiction. This is my rapid fire list of reasons for not having quit yet and how to help you get past any of them. Number 1, it's too hard, I can't quit. Well, go easy on yourself. Did you know quitting will require, on average, 6 to 8 attempts, or that self-quit success rates are only 2 to 4%? Plus, research shows that using just a single strategy is often ineffective. In other words, most smokers head into quitting ill-equipped, and statistics prove it. Plus, part of why quitting is so hard is the illusion that it somehow shouldn't be if you use an advertised product. Which brings us to number 2. I'm tired of wasting money. Well, you didn't waste any money. You were practicing. Even gimmicks give you practice. And working with an expert is the furthest thing from a gimmick. And if you've ever said it didn't work about something, then you may have been misled about how much of the responsibility for quitting was in a product or service. Plus, if something sounds too good to be true, you know the rest. Number 3, I've tried cutting back. Well, quitting cold turkey or abruptly is proven more effective than cutting back gradually. Think of it like tearing off a Band-Aid. It's going to be less painful and it'll be over much quicker if you just tear it. Cutting back gradually may work for some, but it is a slow, extended deprivation of nicotine, which can often backfire. Number 4, I don't smoke a lot. Well, did you know that 50% of your risk of having a heart attack from smoking is in the first 5 cigarettes? There is no safe amount of smoking. So if you think you don't have a problem as a lighter smoker, you have a problem as a lighter smoker. Number 5, the damage is already done. What's the point? Well, the Surgeon General's report on smoking cessation confirms that quitting is beneficial at any age and that quitting will improve the outcome of any smoking-related health condition. Number 6, I hadn't considered a quit coach. Well, it doubles your chances of quitting, and that's for an ordinary specialist like a quit line. Just 3 to 5 minutes with a specialist is proven to improve your chances of quitting, so staying with me here is a smart move. There are no side effects, and the benefit of working together can serve you forever. If you want to get better at something, then you find the person who knows how to help you do it, and that person is me. Trust me, this is not your mother's quit program. We keep it real, and we even have some fun. Number 7, I can't afford professional help. Well, this might be the biggest lie you could tell yourself. The average smoker spends $3,000 to $8,000 every year on cigarettes. You may already have a 6-figure problem. Smoking is your expense. Quitting is an investment to eliminate that expense. A good question to ask yourself is, what has it cost you to not be able to quit? And if you roll your own, I'm going to tell you that that's a lot of effort to save money on something with such a high price to pay for doing it. Number 8, I have too much stress in my life. Well, you have a problem that is causing significant stress in your life, physically, financially, emotionally, socially, and even spiritually. Quitting smoking reduces your stress and is scientifically proven to reduce clinical anxiety. Number 9, I've already tried everything. You haven't tried everything. What I've developed is an original, and it's a sure bet you won't find anything else like it anywhere in the world. I built it from the ground up and assembled the most unique combination of strategies ever found in one place. And number 10, I don't want to quit, I enjoy it. Well, who would enjoy being addicted to nicotine? It's not pleasure at all, it's relief. And the only reason you smoke is to eliminate the urge to smoke. Read that again. The only reason you smoke is to eliminate the urge to smoke. The key is being able to affect your feelings about smoking and get you excited about leaving it behind. Is it unreasonable to think it could play out that way? I don't think so. Stop telling yourself that you enjoy smoking. What you enjoy is avoiding the discomfort of not smoking, which only exists as a result of you smoking in the first place. The cycle is reversible. This whole thing falls apart if you believe you are giving up something genuinely pleasurable. If just anybody could go to the store and buy a pack of pleasure, wouldn't smoking be a lot more popular? The most important thing you can do for yourself deserves more than a try. It deserves a commitment. Not understanding the difference may explain part of your problem. Success with quitting requires a level of commitment to quitting that leaves your addiction feeling hopeless, not you. And maybe you believe you can quit on your own. I truly believe anybody can quit on their own, but there are 2 wild cards. Number 1, how long do you want it to take? And number 2, how hard do you want it to be? Because if quitting takes too long or it's too hard, you won't keep at it. And if you don't keep at it, you have 0% chance of becoming a non-smoker, and those aren't good odds. Plus, if you are still smoking, then maybe relying on yourself isn't such a great strategy. It's not that you can't quit, it's that you can't manage quitting emotionally or physically. You don't lack ability, you lack preparation. Quitting is exhausting when not done properly, and it often leads to a case of the screw-its. Like anything, efficiency is important. Working smarter, not harder, goes for quitting smoking too. You don't jump off a cliff and then try to figure out how to swim, right? You learn how to swim first. And chances are, you're still smoking because you never really made a big commitment to quitting in the past. This is where mindset comes in. Sure, you may have set out with good intentions on past quit attempts, but is popping a pill, putting on a patch, chewing a piece of gum, or any number of other products or services really a commitment? Very few quit strategies address the real obstacles that are keeping you from quitting, or that are keeping you from keeping at quitting. And this is where I come in. The biggest problem smokers have with quitting is not understanding their biggest problem with quitting. So the question is, what can you do to change how you feel about doing something you currently don't really want to do, that you don't believe you can do, or that you're afraid of doing? Those are the answers I have, and I'm not withholding those answers. This isn't a tease. This is complicated stuff, and I've spent years of my life learning it and packaging it neatly to help you. One day at a time, just minutes a day, until your breakthrough happens and becoming a non-smoker is the only way you want to live. The secret to quitting smoking is that there is no secret to quitting smoking, and it may save you a lot of suffering to trust me on this. What's the secret to losing weight? Well, it's exercise and eating right. The question is how to motivate yourself to do those things. You can buy a treadmill, or you can hire a personal trainer. Which do you think will be more effective? In order for quitting to go smoothly, your desire to quit must be greater than your desire to smoke. You can have an intense desire to quit, but if you're still lighting up, your desire to smoke is winning. What will you do to change things? That kind of change doesn't come to you usually without bad things happening anyway. You have to go after it. So 2 ways I help smokers improve their situation is to help them increase their desire to become a non-smoker and decrease their desire to remain a smoker. It's a pretty clever way to go about it, don't you think? My clients make major breakthroughs using this process. Think of me like a quit whisperer who will curiously draw out your ambition to put your cigarettes down. Susan is almost not enjoying her cigarettes anymore. Brian almost walked out of the store without buying any cigarettes. Large corporations that make huge profits promising quick, easy results won't mention how important it is to get your head right before using their products. Quitting is a process. It's not an event. Order is important. Quitting doesn't come first. This is something you have spent hours a day for possibly decades of your life doing, and to not respect that is a huge mistake. So don't look for quitting to get easier. Look to get better at quitting. Quitting isn't easy, but I'm going to make it easy for you to trust that the key to quitting is right in front of you. Because today's lifestyles aren't really suited to figuring this stuff out on your own. I know the thought of tackling is daunting and you're waiting for things to settle down first. That's totally normal, by the way, but it's completely unnecessary with my method. My method is your best defense against those voices in your head. Trust me, I understand every reason you have for still smoking, and I can help you get past any of them. There is a right way to do this and a clear, manageable path forward. Quitting smoking should be something you look forward to, but you don't just wake up one day feeling that way. A good coach and a reliable process can get you there so that your quit date is something to get excited about, not something to be feared. Stop waiting for the right time to quit smoking and let's start creating it. The right time is a fantasy. It doesn't come to you. You have to go after it. Imagine actually feeling ready to quit, really believing you can quit, and even looking forward to quitting. Yes, it can happen. If you're not looking forward to becoming a non-smoker, you're doing it wrong. Marie was stoked shortly after starting to work together. Patty has learned a lot and is feeling energized. This is the first time Anne has ever been excited about a quit date. Lynn can't wait for her quit date. Lisa is looking forward to getting started. And Michelle is feeling ecstatic, ready, and pumped. So what brings you here? Do you feel guilty because you promised somebody you'd quit? You hide your smoking from others? Or maybe you've watched a loved one suffer? Do you suffer from poor sleep, low energy, an annoying cough, or a serious medical condition? Are you embarrassed by how you smell, how you look, or maybe something even more personal? Do you fear a smoking-related illness or missing major life events? Are you tired of the non-stop nagging? And how do you really feel about spending all that money? Think about this. You have a problem that you are literally paying to have. Nicotine addiction is different. People don't order up migraine headaches or sciatic pain, but you're going to the store or gas station and buying your problem. And that should hurt a little. But I don't blame you. Getting addicted to nicotine may not be your fault, but it is your problem. And it is up to you to make a reasonable effort to figure this out. So you're going to want me on your team and by your side, and I will be every step of the way. The real reason you can't quit is that you've never learned how to quit. The reason you may not want to quit is that you don't believe you can. The biggest thing holding you back is fear. Fear of failure, fear of change, fear of discomfort, fear of being a jerk, or fear of missing something for the rest of your life. You may even have trouble connecting with a genuine desire to quit. I will help you work through all of these things so that a life without cigarettes is craved, not feared. Plus, you've been conditioned to rely entirely on something out of your control to help you solve your problem. Also not your fault. You may have been misled by the quit smoking industry and even health providers about how much a recommended product can help you. Big corporations benefit tremendously by you heading into quitting unprepared and uninformed. Prescriptions and replacements are designed to help you smoke less, but they do nothing to help you want to become a non-smoker. If you can't possibly imagine a life without cigarettes, how is a pill, patch, or piece of gum going to help? Addiction is a complicated disease of physical, emotional, and psychological components deeply interwoven, and it's going to take more than a pill or a patch to go up against it. If you have a Ziploc bag full of nicotine replacements, used medications, or unfilled prescriptions lying around the house, it's probably because you didn't believe you'd be able to quit with them anyway. And you'd probably be right. Not because there's anything wrong with them, but because you didn't feel confident in your ability to quit, even with their help, right? I wouldn't want to head into something I didn't think I'd be very good at either. And I wouldn't want to set out to tackle something this important short-handed. It's like buying a treadmill when what you really need is a personal trainer. And most of the recommended quit products are used incorrectly for an inadequate length of time and without real preparation or planning. Common sense should guide important decisions like quitting smoking. Shiny new golf clubs don't solve being a bad golfer. Learning to golf does that. And most smart golfers work with a professional to accomplish it. Take this example. All of your friends golf and you want to start golfing too. So you go buy a set of Titleists, head to the range, take 100 swings, and never hit the ball. You say to yourself, these don't work, and you toss the clubs aside. Later, you go buy a set of Callaways with the same miserable result. You become discouraged and start believing that there's no way you'll ever be able to golf. The problem isn't that you can't golf or that your clubs don't work. It's that you haven't learned to golf yet. See where I'm going? There is a reason people hire professionals to help them reach important goals. It's because risk, accountability, and expertise work together to ensure clients are serious, involved, and successful. Think personal trainer, marriage counselor, or golf pro. My clients work with me for the exact same reasons. Do you feel like you exist in a bubble as a smoker, ashamed by the grip your addiction has on you, constantly inconveniencing yourself and others, overwhelmed by the signs that it's time to quit, but paralyzed by the thought of quitting and blinded by the possibility? I developed the Get Fit to Quit system because I know quitting is hard. I also know you need a coach in your corner because the thought of moving forward with this is frightening. So I recorded this masterclass to break it all down for you and to serve you up a solution in bite-sized pieces. At the end of this masterclass, there will be little doubt that I am your best shot for closing the book on your life as a smoker. My 3-step system allows you to approach quitting with a sense of control over your results. This is your life. Don't leave it in the hands of something over which you have zero control. That doesn't make any sense. Plus, you've probably already done that and you're here now because it didn't work out very well. So what do you think has been missing from previous attempts? I have an idea. Lack of willpower is not the reason for quit smoking failures. Lack of direction is. Imagine physical activity without hacking or heavy breathing. a life without a nagging spouse or kids. Imagine a whole lot of extra cash, or finding someone special if that's important to you. Imagine paying at the pump, carrying a cute little purse, never missing a great play or a great story again, all because you quit smoking. But most important, imagine going into battle against the most powerful drug in the world and winning. Total freedom from a deadly, expensive, inconvenient, and unattractive drug is closer than you think. The best part about Get Fit to Quit is that you can get started working on this problem right away without any pressure to cut back or select a quit date yet. So it doesn't matter what else is going on in your life. I work hard so you feel safe and so that quitting doesn't haunt you this time. Listen, you're here because you want to end your dependence on nicotine, and you're starting to understand why quitting is so hard. I've described what's missing from just about every other product or service out there, and I've hinted at a solution, a believable plan for quitting that makes sense and something without side effects or wild product claims. This is an exciting, no-nonsense approach which combines everything that's been missing from your previous attempts. It checks all the boxes and encourages smokers to take their time with quitting to get it right, so that when the day comes, quitting feels right and freedom feels achievable. And we have some fun along the way, because quitting smoking should be something to look forward to. My philosophy is this. I believe smokers need to be physically and emotionally groomed for becoming non-smokers. That's called preparation. I believe they need to create a situation for themselves where this has got to get done. That's called accountability. The structure I provide creates freedom to make quitting a priority without turning your life upside down. And my leadership provides direction so that the time, energy, and money you do spend on this aren't wasteful. Let's look some more at what other members are saying. Lisa thinks having a group and a coach set this program apart. Margie has joy in her heart to stop smoking now. Lynn is amazed and has more hope than she would have ever thought. Kevin is really digging life as a non-smoker, and Tiffany is so happy and thankful for the support and guidance. Here's a look inside our member-only Facebook group, where smokers share their wins and cheer each other on. It's also where members share challenges and lean on each other. Mostly, it's a safe, supportive place where smokers play out their quit journey, surrounded by others going through the exact same thing. Here is a sample of 5-star reviews from smokers I have worked with. Legit, amazing, would recommend, highly recommend, amazing. Tracy thanks me for helping her through the best decision of her life and for helping her kill the nicotine demon that has terrorized her for 35 years. When the right tools, people, and environment come together, like it does with my Get Fit to Quit system, amazing things happen. So now that you understand that I understand what's standing in your way, allow me to introduce my 3-step Get Fit to Quit system, which predictably helps my clients get amazing results. And the best part is that I can use this system virtually to work with clients all over the world. So no matter where you are, this can work for you, because I will be working for you. Get Fit to Quit is a step-by-step plan for quitting delivered literally to your fingertips on your favorite device to get you fired up about quitting in just 10 minutes a day over the next 30 days, presumably while smoking. I've assembled a clever combination of video, audio, virtual, and social strategies packaged neatly into an easy-to-follow online system so that you can keep moving on this stuff from almost anywhere, and so that you can easily connect with me and other program members along the way. There's also an audiobook and even an entertainment section to keep things fresh and to keep you dialed in while the transformation is happening. 6 months of membership will support you well into recovery or even through a relapse if it happens. So I got your back regardless of how it plays out initially. This is a private community of resources and people to guide you comfortably through the quitting process and well into recovery. This is the only quit method out there that fully respects addiction and is committed to seeing you through any rough spots. If you can open an email, you can get fit to quit. And I know I can help you if quitting is important to you. You can commit an average of just 10 minutes a day to this stuff, and you have the spirit to lean in and engage with me, the program, and other members. So 2 things happen immediately when you enroll. 1, a welcome email will be on its way with login information and everything you need to get started. And 2, you will be directed to an online calendar to schedule a private call with me. Get Fit to Quit is a program, yes, but it's also a long-term relationship, and I want you to feel that personal connection with me. Member login is simple. Once inside the portal, everything will be neatly laid out for you. Get Fit to Quit delivers an interesting variety of strategies in small doses to shatter your fears about quitting and crush your doubts about your ability to quit. Your progress will be checked off so that you can pick up right back where you left off, and I'll be monitoring your progress so that I can provide a gentle nudge if necessary to ensure you stay on track. If you followed the recommended pace, quitting should feel right in about a month from now, especially if you participate in specialty resources like our private Facebook group, weekly group Zoom calls, and private coaching sessions. All of these things are neatly laid out once you are logged in. Exactly when you quit or how much support you will need to maintain your results will vary from member to member. You may or may not choose to add prescription medications, replacements, or other quit tools. What feels right for you will be discovered through this process. Everything unfolds very naturally, like paint by numbers for quitting smoking. You really do just follow along and trust that something amazing is taking shape. I promise to provide you the highest level of support for quitting ever found in one place, and to deliver the most unique quitting experience available, designed to generate a massive shift in how you feel about quitting, so becoming a non-smoker is a positive journey. Together, we close out your life as a smoker, tying up all the loose ends that have been holding you back. We'll be planning an exit strategy so that your life as a smoker comes to a natural, comfortable end, one that feels safe. And me and the rest of the tribe will be around well after your quit date to ensure that you see this through. My Get Fit to Quit system leaves nothing about quitting to chance. Members of this program are eager to get to new material, and they often quit ahead of schedule, so it's working for smokers. If you participate in flex spending or health savings plans through an employer, you can use those tax-advantaged accounts for this program. Imagine the relief you will experience by making a commitment to quitting that you know you are going to take seriously, and the comfort of having my support and the support of others just like you every step of the way. Listen, we know the old way of doing things simply isn't cutting it, and that the only smart way forward is working together. It just makes sense. Freedom from nicotine addiction and your brighter future are within your grasp. And if you'd like me to help you do this, then let's get started, because there's one thing I know for sure. You do not want to do this on your own. Nicotine addiction is the most powerful addiction, and self-quit success rates are only 2 to 4%. Plus, combining strategies and working with a specialist are proven to improve success. And you don't need to do this alone. When you invest in yourself, you internally increase your belief in your own ability to do something, and that is going to be worth every penny. So if you want to make a major improvement in your life, if you want better health and relationships, if you want more time, money, and energy, if you want to change your world and your future, and you want to do it without unrealistic pressure or unreasonable expectations, let's get started. It's okay if you're scared. Being scared means that you're about to do something very brave. Courage is the ability to act despite fear. Please give yourself some flexibility to do this the right way and value yourself enough to get the right help. So you have a choice to make. You can do nothing and get nowhere, repeat something ineffective. You can throw money at something easy or cheap, or you can get out of your own way. You don't have to see the whole staircase right now. Just take the first step. Your motivation to act is high right now, and you may never be able to recapture what has been building over the last half hour. This is about so much more than quitting smoking. It's about taking control of a complicated situation. It's about an experience that will serve you in every other area of your life. It's about an opportunity to reinvent yourself to the world. not only as a smoker, but as the type of person that figures out how to solve serious problems and follows through on serious commitments. There are other ways to go about this, but there are not better ways. There are really only two reasons people still smoke. One, they don't really want to quit, so they lack enough motivation to see it through. Or two, they don't believe they can quit, which means they lack the confidence to even try. Usually, it's a combination of these things. My system addresses both of these things through a series of clever strategies delivered in small doses over time so that a major transformation can happen without ever leaving your comfort zone and without anybody even knowing about it if that suits you. Nicotine addiction doesn't discriminate, and neither does my method. Let's hear some more from other members. Lisa K is looking forward to getting started. Lisa A values the group support because she's a closet smoker and she's grateful she invested in herself in this process. Patricia abruptly tore up her cigarettes, feels great, and slept like a baby. She's also building confidence and feeling like a non-smoker. Lisa is thankful for learning about the Get Fit to Quit program when she needed it the most. Terry is thankful for the group that helped her put her on the right path. And Dia is thankful for the program and all the inspiring members. This is a system for generating momentum heading into quitting and for supporting smokers throughout a complicated process and well into recovery. It's a process for layering motivations and aha moments on top of one another until the way creates a breakthrough. It's a collection of resources for drawing out ambition. It's an original combination of proven, traditional, alternative, and modern strategies. It's experienced leadership, a supportive tribe, and a clear roadmap, plus long-term support. Here are the 5 stages of behavior change. If you're still here, you've come a long way, but there's still a ways to go and we can do it together. Reasons for not quitting fall into 4 main categories. You don't want to quit. That's rebellion. That means you haven't found enough motivation to quit. You don't believe you can quit. You're resigned. That means you lack confidence. Do you fear quitting? That's reluctance. It means you're not prepared for it. Don't believe you need to quit? Rationalizing. That means you're uninformed. Anything else? That means you're making excuses. See 1 through 4. What value do you place on better health, relationships, finances, image, and productivity? On freedom, independence, and acceptance? On the reduced risk of suffering a heart attack, stroke, COPD, emphysema, or cancer? Or to be able to breathe unassisted or leave the house without an oxygen tank? On watching children and grandchildren grow up? Picture a life without your current health and freedoms, and ask yourself what you'd then be willing to invest for a do-over. My clients enjoy success because my method attracts disciplined, determined, goal-oriented people who understand the importance of ownership, accountability, and efficiency. The type of people that I work with are eager to quit and desperate for reliable help. They follow through on commitments they make to themselves and to others, and are wise enough to follow the lead of an experienced professional. This is frustrating for anybody, but especially for people who are used to getting what they go after, for people who are used to being rewarded for hard work. Addiction turns now people into someday people. I'll quit when, I'll quit if, I'll quit after. You are not a someday person, and you can prove that to yourself by getting started on this. The reason you are still uncomfortable with quitting is that you're jumping ahead. It's like talking about getting married on the first date. Like, yeah, slow down. Think of working together like reverse dating your cigarettes. You are currently married to your cigarettes, and I have a process for helping the relationship unravel. Think of me like a divorce lawyer who you are working with to negotiate the terms of this breakup. A lot of smokers fear that by quitting, they will create a humongous void in their lives, an eternal dark hole that will strip happiness from everything they do from now until the end of time. I get it. Remember, I've been there, so I know it's not true. And your health is not the place to look for shortcuts. Just imagine more freedom, a happier family, bigger adventures, better health, and greater wealth. With it comes an increased sense of empowerment, achievement, pride, and self-respect. So let me help you rediscover the person you want to be and the life you want to live. Thank you for taking the time to be with me here, and congratulations on exploring reliable help with quitting. Bye now.